Hi there, my name's Sherry Forsyth. I'm a peak performance coach, and what I'm talking about today is the challenges that parents face, working parents face, during this holiday season of Christmas. What also exacerbates the situation is that we don't just normally have our normal workload that we have to cope with, but we also have additional social functions. It seems like everybody feels they've got to see you in December, before the start of the new year. And so with lots of additional social occasions, as well as the fact that you are a working parent, but your children are no longer in school, this can cause quite a lot of hassles for you. And when I say working parent, I'm meaning the caregiving parent who happens also to be working. Because very often the one parent will go away to work, and it'll make no difference to them whether their children are at home or not. But the caregiving parent, who is also a working parent, is the one that takes the strain. So first of all, let me speak about if you are a working parent and you work outside the home. In other words, you go to the office. So now you are needing to be at the office, but your children are not being cared for. What are your options? Okay, so the one is that you organize extra childcare, aftercare, that kind of thing, and that will come with a financial implication, which can cause additional stress in a month where there are lots of other financial stresses as well. The other option is that you can hopefully rely on family members that might be able to help you look after your children, in which case there'll be no additional cost, but there will be an emotional cost to that. You might feel a little bit guilty to ask them, but basically you're caught between a rock and a hard place. So that is if you are a working parent working outside the home. More difficult is if you are working from home. And I take my hat off to the millions of people around the world who have, during this time of COVID, worked from home. Sometimes their children were at school, other times not. These parents were trying to do their own work, and they were trying to do the distance schooling with their children. So well done to all of you parents. I think you deserve a gold medal. But let's take a normal holiday season over Christmas. Your children have normally been at school, now they're on holiday, but you are working from home. And I always used to feel quite guilty because I was always quite stressed over December, in that everybody else is on holiday and everybody else has that holiday spirit, but in fact the load of the person who's working from home is very high. So what we need to think about is how can we negotiate this time so that we actually do make it fun, and that we don't end up being a little a person without any energy at the end of the year. So there are a few things that will help. The first one is to plan your Christmas early. Start planning it as early as you can. I'm not saying in January, but an idea might be to have all your Christmas shopping done and dusted by the end of October or the end of November. Plan your Christmas meals, your Christmas shopping, your food shopping, your holiday shopping. Plan all of that well in advance, so that when it comes to actually having to do the shopping, you've done the thinking work behind it, and you've done that in advance. If you are working from home, try and see if you can do one quality activity with your children every day. Doesn't have to be long, doesn't have to be involved, but it is a time when you are dedicating your attention entirely on your children. Whether you're going to be playing soccer with them, or maybe jumping around in the swimming pool, or making a Christmas gift with them. But if you do that, it helps them to still feel connected to you. So try and do one quality activity with your children every day. The other thing that you need to teach your children is that there's certain times when they may not disturb you. So you are working, they might be reading or whatever they're doing, but they know that during that time, or when you close your office door, whatever it may be, they really can't disturb you unless there's a huge crisis. And that is a learning curve for them and for you, but it teaches them actually to respect your time and you respect theirs. So I think that's a very good thing to teach your children. So we also need to make sure that you end up not being burnt out at the end of the holidays. So in this very busy time, try and make a bit of time for yourself where you can top up your battery doing the things that you love to do. It doesn't have to take a long time, but it might be a 15-minute read of a book, or make sure you continue with your exercise. Maybe watch a bit of TV with your children. But it's important that you do something purely for yourself. Take a long candlelit bath. And just do that mindfully, knowing that you are actually giving yourself a little bit of a break, and it takes the stress away. And then the last thing I'd like to say about, particularly for working mums who have their children at home during this time, you might get play dates with them with a few other mothers who are working, maybe work something like that. Or once again, you can rely on your family members maybe to help. But one of the important things as well, and the last thing I'm going to say about this, is to realize that you can say no to certain things during this very busy December period. You don't have to attend all the functions or do all the things. So I hope that has helped you a little bit. If you are a working parent, and particularly a parent who is working from home, I hope that's given you a little bit of clarity. If you want any more information, please don't hesitate to contact me at sherryforsyth@gmail.com. And with that, I wish you all a peaceful, enjoyable, and very blessed Christmas.